Greetings, Builder, and welcome back to the Lapis Kingdom. I am the Blue Regent, and today we're going to be working on part 2 of our Let's Build a Town Center. Today we're going to be decorating the inside of the building, as well as we have the results of your votes for whether or not we're going to carry out the roofs from the edges of the support beams. So if you're ready, grab your tools, grab your work boots, and let's get started. So before we get started on working on the interior, the first thing we're going to do is, in response to an overwhelming vote in the comments, is we are going to extend out the roof along all 4 sides. The next thing to work on is going to be to repeat on all the corners on the second story what is going on in this corner here. And I started that on this one, but I didn't carry it through to the other side. So let's just dirt tower up there. And it looks like these need to be carried out too, actually. So now the roof's all extended, and the next thing we're going to work on is doing a little decorating as far as just kind of making these areas making these areas in these corners look a little nicer. No. There. That looks a lot better. So everyone who weighed in on bringing these out, thanks for the comments. It definitely helped a lot with the decision making, and I'm glad that that's what we did. I think it looks a ton better. And so now let's move to the inside and we'll start working in there. So one of the first things that I want to happen is I want this entry area to be kind of like a waiting room for getting into here. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some spruce stairs and set these up to look kind of like little benches. And we'll throw some spruce signs on either side. And that just kind of makes us feel a little bit more like this is like a sitting area for people when they come in. And I think maybe I want to have... I know I want to change how the lighting works in here. How dark is it when I get rid of this? It's a little dark. It's not too dark. So maybe I'll just keep these torches here like this. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll do that. The next thing to do here is I'm going to fill this in. And I think I want to use oak. Yeah. I'm going to do this with these stairs. The reason for that is it adds a little bit of depth here as far as like the doors go. So this coming in here, this just feels a little bit more like there's some more definition in this room. We'll come through here. Now the only issue I have with that is then this side is really flat. I think it's okay because there's going to be other stuff going on inside this room. So this is fine because this room doesn't have really a ton of room for decoration, and so this kind of thing right here is going to help kind of bring this room together a little bit better. So then for these other 3 doorways, it's going to be the same. Also, just a bit of an update that Enderman has relocated himself to the 2nd floor. So now he's up there somewhere, wandering around. Yeah. Okay. This is going to be a bit of a courthouse, like, meeting hall area. What do I want this room to be? This could be like a hall of records. Yeah. Okay, alright, so I'm going to put some, so this can have some bookshelves and stuff in it. And I can do, ooh, I know what I'm going to do. So obviously it's going to take me some time to get enough books to have bookshelves going to fill this room. But one thing that I can do is get started on working on it. Thing that I'm going to do to kind of help make it feel a little bit like maybe like books have been pulled out, and a lot of people use this as a way to make it look like bookshelves are empty, because the loom block, if you look at it from the side, looks a lot like the bookshelf block with nothing in those shelves. And so we can kind of, if we use our imagination a little bit, you can kind of treat it like almost these are spaces where books have been taken out. So this is going to be kind of like a Hall of Records thing. Again, it's going to take some time for me to have enough bookshelves to get this room fully filled up, but this will give us kind of like a rough idea of what it looks like in here, and I'll probably end up throwing a lectern. That's the one issue with this being an even spaced room. Maybe I'll just put like a lectern in the corners. Yeah, okay. All right, that's probably what I'll do, is have like lecterns here so that people can like grab books and then come over here and read them. Okay, yeah, that's what I'll do. So something that I can do to add a little bit more character to these bookshelves. You know what? I'll put these here. This is gonna just make it look like these bookshelves are like actually bookshelves. So they'll just have like this like little border on the outside. And then another thing that we can do in this room to kind of help spruce it up a little bit, because I don't use dark oak logs anywhere else in here, these can kind of be used as planters almost, to just have little like bushes going in the corners. Do I want these to be too tall? Is that too tall? No, I think I like that. I think I like that. And then I can actually come out here. 4. And throw these in these corners too. That'll just have to go. I'll just make this room look a little bit more inviting. Yeah, I think I like that. It kind of breaks up the color palette in here a little bit. Not everything's stone and wood. We've got this green in here. And then to come into like this room, you have all sorts of different colors between the books. And then now with these bushes in the corners too. So the next room that is the focus is this room. And I know I've been saying for a while now that this room kind of has like a secret role. And I don't know if it's really a secret. I just kind of wanted to... I really just liked the idea of kind of having a couple of the room's functions a surprise. And so this room is actually going to be kind of like a mint, I guess. This is where they will turn gold into like coins and stuff. And so I kind of want it to be basically set up that the level of settlements that we do, towns that don't have blacksmiths, this room also doubles as a blacksmith, but it won't be like as efficient. So it's going to have double furnaces. And then I want to kind of, for now, let's get like a rough shape going here. I want this to be kind of a large and imposing piece of architecture here as far as the furnace goes. Is that uneven? Oh, I'm gonna have to put a third furnace in there. Well, that's cool. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was confused there for a second. Okay, so it's like a rough idea of how that's gonna look. And do I actually want those to come up one? Yeah, having those low to the ground actually doesn't really make sense. So I think those will sit like that. Then I think I want this to be one wider here, so that the chimney will actually be kind of have like this wide body. And then this can actually have like a bit of a thing here too. Okay, all right. I think I'm seeing. I have a little bit of a vision here for this. Oops. As it breaks through the roof, that's when it's gonna start to taper in. Now, how far do I want this to carry up? I want this to be pretty visible. I'll take it up one more and we'll go see. Let's see. I think I like that height. It's kind of tall. But the building's tall too. Maybe that's the tallest I want that to be. Okay, so let's try to get a little bit more shape out of this. I think I want... or do I want these to be upside down? I think I want these to be upside down. Because I kind of like that. Then I'm going to throw some of this. We have like a little bit of an alternating pattern here. And I can use these wall pieces. How does that look? I think I'm into that. And then I'm probably gonna need a little bit of dirt here, but from here I can do like this. Yeah, that looks weird and cool. They have a little bit of like some like gaps and stuff in here and some recesses and everything to just give it a little bit of depth. I think I like that. It's a little funky for sure, but I think I do think I like that. And then if I did ultimately end up wanting to put some kind of roofing in here, this cuts off here. So that's okay, cool. Yeah, I like that. I can use these stairs to kind of, these stairs to kind of just add a little shape there too. And I could always throw these walls in the corners. Yeah, I think I like this. I think I like that idea roughly. I might have to play with it a little bit more, but I definitely like where it's going. And I think I'm gonna actually shave this row off. And anytime I have a anytime I have a 2x2 chimney, a thing that I like to do to create some variation in the height of the smoke, if you look to the right, that's the campfire that's over a barrel, and to the left is the campfire that's over a hay bale. And the campfire over the hay bale, the smoke goes significantly higher. And I do this in this alternating manner so that you get this varied smoke height, and it just kind of adds a little bit more variance as far as appearance goes. It adds a little bit of variety along the skyline. And so once we get the forge going here, I'll probably do a similar thing. So you'll have two smokestacks that are going to cut off at different times because they're different heights. And also the smoke within the smokestack cuts off at different times because some of them have hay bales under them and some of them don't. I've actually decided that I want these to sit one higher and for it to just be a little bit more dramatic. So I'm going to bring this up by one block. And then throw these stairs in here. So now it's basically like a 1.5 block and then the stone stair. So once I go in and start adding like cracked stone bricks and stuff into here to mix it up a little bit, you know, there's already a little bit of a depth difference going on when I get to that point. The next thing I want to do for this room is I want to change what the floor is doing. So if this is going to be a place where like molten gold is basically being worked with, and this fire is going to be pretty hot, we're going to change the flooring in here to smooth stone. This is just to get a little bit of a variety going. Anytime you want to change stuff like this, or you're trying to create like a lore, I guess, for the buildings that you're making, having architecture that kind of fits it helps with that. And so, you know, if this is supposed to be a room where they're like melting gold ore and pouring it into molds and making coins and making gold bars, this room having wood floors kind of doesn't make sense. So having stone floors makes a lot more sense. Do I want this to have a double door or a single door? I want it to have a double door, and it's going to look a little weird on the inside, but I want this road to be able to come up, and you can come right in here and basically like get right to work. So I'm going to actually have a slight variety in how we're doing these doorways. Just because it sits so close to the fire, I want that to have more of a stone brick doorway. Yeah. Okay, so I grabbed some black wool, and so now we've got some black carpet. And I also made a block of coal, and I don't know. Let's see how this looks. Let's put them next to each other. So that's black wool. That's coal. I guess the coal is darker. So let's see here. What if I did like a block of coal and then got rid of this and threw some black wool there. And some black wool there. And this is kind of like a coal pile. I wish I had a half slab of something. Are there black stone half slabs? I think there are. This will probably look a little bit more elaborate once we go into the nether. But for now, we'll just pretend this is the coal pile. So the mine entrance that we build over there, people will come up here, and basically they can go one of two ways. This will be cut down, but they can come in to this entrance here to get into there if they're bringing in gold, or if they have iron, they'll come up here and drop it off at the blacksmith. If we had a smaller village that didn't have a blacksmith, this would also, we'd also have like a little blacksmith's workshop area out here, basically implying that this room is pulling double duty. Or maybe even, ooh, I know, smaller villages, this room will have a door on the other side, and the village blacksmith will like basically work right by the entrance of the town hall, and their whole function would be like making tools. Okay, so this central chamber, this courtroom of sorts, this one's given me a little bit of a hard time here, but I think I know how I want it to work. I think I want like a central pedestal here. I want to leave like a 2-block gap at this door, and I think I'm gonna come around. I've really started to like this upside down stair like motif. I just like that little bit of shadow it creates. And then I'm gonna put spruce fences along the outside, and I want to do 2 lecterns here in the middle, and I want this to kind of be where the like mayor, presiding judge kind of person sits. And so if you have like a grievance with someone, you know, you'll wait out here, and then when you get called in by the bailiff, I guess, you'll come in, you both present your cases, you know, these doors will get shut, you'll both present your cases, the person up here that's presiding over it will sit here and review all the documents and then, you know, give their ruling if there is one. Now, how do I want to do the lighting? Originally, I was thinking maybe right over the lecterns, maybe putting some lanterns. Do I like that? Another option would be to do like this kind of thing. My only issue is, and this is the issue with the roof the whole time, or the ceiling the whole time, is now I have this weird thing going on here. This like little hump coming down from the ceiling. I don't think I like that. I think this is how it'll be. Should I have 4 here? Does this look too churchy now? Maybe, what if I just had the back ones? Maybe I'd do that. So then they're like casting light onto the books. And then I have these blue banners. Do I want to go directly above the door or to the outside? I think I want to go directly above the door. And that's because it kind of replaces this little effect I have here. So maybe throw those right above the door. Banners are cool because they add some extra dimension to everything. It's a different shape. It's a different thickness. They're even thinner than the buttons. But they also move, which is kind of cool. So it adds movement to a room that normally only torches add. And I like that. I like that a lot. Still building up our book supply in this room. And I got the lectern set up so people can grab books, come over here, read them. So let's say, like, maybe you had a case coming up and you needed to, or you had a grievance with another member of the town, possibly. You could come in here and you could request time in the library and you could, like, pull off books and read them. And maybe you have, like, somebody else helping you out, or they're also doing the same thing, researching laws and previous cases and stuff. And I do like that. It has a little bit of, like, an appearance of like, not grandeur, but like it feels important when you walk in. Now this room I know I've been ignoring, and that's for a specific reason. This room has a role. If I can make it work, this is where part of the villager spawner is going to be. My goal is, if I can make it all work, the villager spawner is going to sit on the second story. And when it drops down to move the baby villagers, this is where they're going to move into. The minecart tracks are going to like spiral down into the ground here, and then that'll move it out to wherever I need them to go at that particular time. So if this all works out the way I hope it does, this room won't have any decoration. If it doesn't work out, then this is going to turn into like the preparation chamber for this guy. Should this get moved back, actually? Because, so this has plenty of clearance. And this has plenty of clearance. If we pretend that this is like, say, the mayor's office or the judge's office, then the only person going in there really is the judge. So I moved it back 1. And I think I do like that. But now I want this to have a rug. So I think I want this carpet to have like a yellow trim. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm hearing a lot of activity up here. And it's starting to be more than just an Enderman. So I need to do a little investigation real quick. So I'm going to have to light that room a little bit better. For sure. I don't like you doing that. That's okay. We're not doing anything in that room today. Not at all. So I'm just going to have to deal with all those sounds for a while. But I like this. I think this is the color that I felt like I was missing in this room. Oh man, it's happened. The bookshelves are all in. And I still don't know what to do with the lighting in this room. It's a little bit of a conundrum, but it's kind of dark back here. I could hide some glowstone with carpet over it. Yeah, so once I get some glowstone from the nether, I might throw some glowstone in here and then put a carpet over it. I don't have any glowstone now, so this nonsense with the torches on the floor is going to be what gets us through until then. That is going to be it for today. I look forward to seeing you next time in the Lapis Kingdom. Bye.